narcissist will cause a division among the children or the stepchildren, then pretend to play the hero or victim in the scapegoat or golden child situation. And this is all done in a bid to get supply. Hi guys, welcome to Co-Parenting with Narcissist 101. I'm Kate. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for joining me. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And don't forget to hit the bell so you know when I upload more videos. As much as a narcissist likes supply, one of their greatest and they're scared of losing the supply, but one of their greatest fears is not having peace and unity, people having peace and unity around them. And they, unfortunately, the kids are in this category as well, so they feel threatened by that. They feel threatened by people being united, and of course children, siblings being united, it becomes a threat to them. So they'll do whatever they can to cause some kind of chaos because they thrive in the disorderliness of things. So you see a narcissist one trying to compare the kids, and children, even if you have one child, the personality might be different from yours or everybody else in the family, much less the siblings. So you expect the children to have different personalities, just like everybody else have their own strength, their weakness, and the last thing obviously you want to do as a parent is to compare one strength over to the other person's weakness. Everybody have their own where they're good at and where they're not really good at, and you follow each of them differently. And even if you have a favorite, not favorite, let's not use that, no, even if you have a child that you relate more with, or because maybe their personality is just like yours, that's not something you make obvious to the children. But the narcissist, of course, uses comparison to divide the children. So you have a narcissist telling one of child A, oh, you should be more like child B, or why can't you do this like child B does? Why can't you do this like child A does? Or if this was child A, they would have done this, they would have done that. So they're rubbing heads together and trying to see what will happen. Of course, with time, you realize that A, will start resenting B, or whichever one that whichever position that they're playing, they will start resenting the other one. Or the kids would not. The narcissist will start putting the kids down. So like, let's say maybe one of the kids goes and gets the grade, maybe get a 95 or something on a test, and then comes back, and this is the one that the narcissist has targeted to be the scapegoat. Now you see the narcissist will make a comment like, oh, you got a 95, and what's wrong with getting 98? What's wrong with getting 100? You should have done better. Why? I'm sure you're the only one that got 95. Probably everybody got 100. Like that kind of comment. And then let's say that the one that is selected as the golden child now comes home from with a test as well, maybe got an 80. You see the narcissist making comment like this, oh, that was, that's wonderful, probably 80, probably the highest score in the class, and it just happens to be you that got it. And of course, this comment are made in front of each of the kids. So you see the kids start looking like, okay, hold on, yesterday 95 wasn't good enough, and somehow today 80 is. The other thing is that they give special treatment to the one that they've selected as the golden child. Let's say maybe every birthday everybody gets I don't know, a pink balloon or yellow balloon or something like that, and that's what everybody gets. Then on the scapegoat child, the target of the narcissist, on the birthday they'll get the same thing they normally get. But on the golden child's birthday, then they not decide that, oh no, we're not getting yellow balloon. Now we're gonna get green balloon and red balloons and 4 different other balloons. And somehow is okay that we can do that. Whereas for the other child that wasn't done, and this is done intentionally by the narcissist. Regardless, the target's child birthday or the scapegoat's child's birthday might be coming up next, and none of those things will be done. It will be done. That child will get the yellow balloon that they normally get. So they're not given the option to choose. So and the next one is justifying behavior. Let's say the target child will now report something that the golden child did to the narcissist, and you see the narcissist trying to justify why that was dumb, no matter how bad it is. Let's say she ran over here and hit me on the head. And as a parent, you're like, okay, why did you do that? I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. Don't do that again, or something like that. Where narcissists would be like, well, you probably hit the person, probably hit her first. Why would she just run over and hit you on the head? So that's exactly how that will, play out. Or maybe the kids are playing a game or something. The narcissist will come and insinuate division in there. Like, let's say they're playing, a regular board game or something. Narcissist will come over there and pick on the targeted child and be like, oh, you shouldn't be hiding the cards over there. That's not right. You shouldn't be playing like that. Why do you have to do this? And what that they're trying to do there is to create the lack of trust in the children. So you have the other person looking at the other person wrong. Of course, with time, this creates resentment. With time, the targeted child, the scapegoat child, will now know not to stop reporting anything, because they know that whatever they report, there'll be justification for it. There'll be excuses made for the other child, and nothing will be done. So them commenting about, or them lamenting about the unfairness of it, they are looked at as they're the villain. They are making too much noise. They are complaining. As time goes on, this is what happens. So with time, it becomes, oh, that's how my sister Kate is, or that's how my brother John is. As they get older, and once they get older, you see the narcissist. This is when they play the hero and the victim, where they pretend that they're trying to mend fences between the kids after they've already spent years dividing them, which of course that's not what they're doing. So they are secretly putting, fuel in the fire. So they pretend that they are now either the scapegoat child defending him or herself now becomes, oh, they play target, they play victim to those people, or they come and play the hero trying to save the day and mend fences between the siblings, which is this is the division that caused where where the children were growing up. The narcissist does all this for supply, and as crazy and as sad as it is, they do not like the unity that kids will have. That they feel threatened by that, And these are something, especially as we are trying to cooperate with these people after the separation, or if you are still there, because some of this stuff are listed here. This happened while I was still married to the narcissist, I can't get it out. My narcissist ex-husband, So. But as we're out now, whether they live with the narcissist or they go and visit the narcissist, you got to watch out for these things, because they will be happening. The last thing that the narcissist wants is for the kids to be united. That is the last thing that they want. They want things to be chaotic, and the more resentment the kids have against each other, the more fight they have against each other, the better it is for the narcissist, because they get, they thrive on that. They get joy from that. They get joy from trying to resolve it. They get joy from being the one that actually created the division to begin with. So what you got to watch out, obviously, is make sure obviously you yourself are not comparing the children. You are not making it obvious that one child is you're aligned better with the other one child and then the other, or or put in, try to show some kind of favoritism, of course, because the narcissist will be doing this. They will try to make one turn on the other, or make one turn on the others. I've seen a narcissistic mother who has about, I believe, five kids. Yeah, tell people that as long as she has one particular child, one of them out of the five, that she's good. Okay, and as long as she has one out of the other, one out of the five, that she's okay. She doesn't pretty much care about the other ones, So that is a narcissist for you. But anyway, as we co-parent, we need to be alert. We need to be on the lookout for these things. This is how the scapegoat and the golden child is created. The narcissist would definitely try to do this, but like you do your countering whatever rubbish that they got going on. So when you see your child or your children start exhibiting these crazy thoughts, and the thing is that this happens to, if maybe they are the only child that you have with the narcissist, and the narcissist has kids from other people, this will still happen. So it's not like, if you're co-parenting with the narcissist with just one child. No, they will still do this with other, the other kids from different places, So, but you'll be on the lookout, watch out for your kids' behavior, watch out for the behavior towards each other, and the things that are going on. And of course, you put a stop to that. And of course, encourage them to be, united and look out for each other. Because once the narcissist gets in their mind and create that line over there, and they start growing up with it, it will be very hard to get them back. All right, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Get your mind right, and everything else will fall into place. Take care.